Hey guys, so I'm first starting off with this Pond's Dry Skin Cream, and this stuff is amazing. It's a fantastic moisturizer. It's super hydrating and I love it. And so I'm just applying that to my face before I move on to priming. Now I'm just applying these Alienist color correcting drops. I've been trying out color correcting recently and I'm actually really enjoying it. I have tons of redness on my face, so I really like to obviously conceal that because it can be quite a pain. But yeah, so I got a sample of a couple different primers from Sephora. If you want me to do a video on color correcting, I was thinking about doing it, so if you'd like to see that, definitely give this video a thumbs up. So now I'm moving on to an actual primer, and this is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Primer, again in green, just to cancel out any more redness that I might have. Yeah, so I'm just rubbing that all into my face. I find that these kind of products actually work better with a brush when I use them again, like off camera and everything. They worked better blending in with the brush. But now I'm just moving on to priming my eyes, and I've been priming under my eyes lately too, and I love it. Oh my goodness, I seriously think it makes such a difference. My concealer never creases, and I think it has to do with this primer too, which is the Smashbox 24-hour primer. It's seriously the best primer I've ever used. If you see it in Sephora, definitely pick it up because it's amazing. But yeah, now I'm just moving on to concealing any of my blemishes with this green ink blot concealer primer thing. And then I'm just blending that in with a little e.l.f. mini kabuki brush. And that's just me eating a chocolate covered almond. But then I'm gonna go in with this orangey red lipstick from Revlon, and I'm just applying that basically I started off just applying it in the inner corner of my eye and then right on the outer corner, and then it kind of just got worked into everywhere. But yeah, I just applied that with a brush, like a shader brush, and then I went in with this Nars creamy concealer, which I have to say I'm really not a big fan of. It creases like crazy on me, so I'm gonna try it out a little bit more and try different techniques to see if it doesn't crease. But yeah, so I'm just working that on top of the color corrector because it has amazing coverage, so that's the one good thing that I really like about it. So I'm just using that to cover up the red lipstick and everything that I applied under my eyes. And now for the star of the show, I'm using my Kat Von D Vida Loca palette, and I'm taking these two colors on this brush. It's kind of like a pointed dome blending brush, and basically this whole look is all about blending. So I'm taking those colors again and just blending it into the crease and under my eye, and then I'm kind of just shaping the outside of my eye for what I want the shadow to look like, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I've been doing this look so often and I'm super obsessed with it, and it really is just all about blending. I know that really colorful colors can kind of scare people, but honestly, as long as you are blending and just keep blending and blending, and it'll really turn out okay. So now I've switched brushes with this nice fluffy blending brush, and I'm just blending out the harsh edges. Now I'm going in with the lighter pink from the palette and blending it underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to take it a little bit up onto the lid on the outer portion of it. Then I just went in with this pencil brush just to get a little bit of the orange color back and applied it underneath my eye and above the crease a little bit. And then once again, I'm just blending out any harsh lines. Then I'm going in with the darker pink color and applying it to the outer corner of my eye and bringing it below my lash line a little bit. Now I'm taking my Naked 3 palette and I'm taking the second lightest color, which is the shade Dust from the palette, and applying it with a damp shader brush. And this is the brush that comes with the palette, and I just wet it with Fix Plus to get a better color payoff, and just applied it right on the center of my lid, on the inner corner, and kind of blended it in with the darker pinks on the outer corner of the lid. Then I went back in with the lighter pink shade and just combined the two pinker colors together and then blended it a little bit more underneath the lash line. Then I went back in with some of the orange and just blended it a little bit above the crease just to combine it with the pink also, and took that underneath my lid as well, and then just went back with the big fluffy brush to blend it out, and then I did my other eye off camera. And now we're moving back onto face, and I got this little sample of this Makeup Forever foundation that was way too dark for me, but now I kind of just use it for cream contouring, and I know it's not exactly like a great shade for contouring, but I put it on my cheeks before I put on my foundation, just to add a little bit more, like add like a shadow to my cheekbones once I blend in the foundation, and then I go over it later, as you will see, with some contouring powder. Now for actual foundation, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation, and this is my, like, literally, I think it might be my all-time favorite foundation. I don't know what it is. I just love the formula of it, and I really like that it's a cushion. I just find that application is super easy with it, and it's definitely like a light to medium coverage, but it's very buildable. So I don't like really like heavy coverage foundations, just because I feel like it looks really cakey on me. But yeah, so I'm just like loving this foundation lately. So if you ever see it in like the drugstore, just like pick it up, because it's seriously, it's so good. Now moving on to my concealer, I'm using my Naked Skin concealer, which again is like my new favorite product. This stuff is fantastic. It doesn't crease on me at all, and I get like a super light shade, so I use it for highlighting as well. And I don't know, I love this concealer. I used it once before and it wasn't my favorite, but then I like reapplied it with with a different technique, and it's seriously, oh my god, it's my new favorite concealer. And then I'm just going to kind of carve out my cheeks with this Airspun powder and also bake underneath my eyes. This powder is also really awesome. It's like $5 at Walmart, and it's really good. It's definitely a mattifying powder, so if you're kind of into like dewy skin, I don't think I'd recommend it, but if you're just looking for a good setting powder, I would definitely recommend this one. Now I'm going back onto eyes, and I'm using this light shade from the Kat Von D palette again, and I'm just applying that underneath my brow bone, and I think a little bit on my inner corner. Now I'm going in with my Forever 21 lash curler and just curling my lashes. Also, there's a little bit of like lash glue left on my eyelash, because while I was filming I attempted to put on falsies and it did not work out, so I just like ripped them off. So just ignore that little speck of glue. But now I'm just combing through my eyelashes with the end of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I don't know, I think that it actually does a really good job of separating my lashes, so I've been using that lately. And now I'm going in with my Covergirl Bombshell Curvaceous mascara. I recently picked this up. It's not my like all-time favorite mascara, but it gets the job done. It's also dual-ended, so like I think this one is for like length and the other side's for volume. But after I applied this mascara, I went in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational, which, as you guys know if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, I am obsessed with this mascara. I just recently picked up another bottle, and this is in the regular like not waterproof formula. Yeah, so I don't know, I think I like this one better because I find like I get a little bit more length and volume with it, but seriously, this is just my all-time favorite mascara. And wow, let's just appreciate my like mascara face. My tongue was like hanging out the whole time. It's kind of covered up by the mirror, but I just like laugh at myself whenever I'm editing these videos and I watch myself do this. So now I decided that I wanted eyeliner, like last minute, of course. So I just applied my eyeliner, and this is my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper, which is just the black shade. And I just did a wing, and then I applied the second end of the Bombshell Curvaceous mascara, which is like the volumizing end, just to get a little bit more curl back. And then I went in with my Urban Decay 24/7 like eyeliner thing in, it's like the black one. And yeah, so that's the finished eye look. Now moving on to bronzer, I'm taking my Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer just to add a little bit of warmth back into my face. And also this has little specks of like glowy glitter, so it adds a little bit more of a glow to the face. And then I'm moving on to actually carving out my cheekbones, and I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in medium deep to do that, and my Real Techniques contour brush. Then I'm going to contour my nose with a tiny little blending brush from Coastal Scents and using the same Chocolate Soleil powder.
We lose. You say you wanna cry.
For blush, I'm going to first be applying this Cream Dream Bouncy blush from Maybelline in the shade Rose Petal, I believe, and I kind of wanted a little bit more of a pink, so I went in with this Too Faced Love Flushed blush, and then I went in with my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight, and this is in the shade Opal, and I just blended that in with my finger. Then I went in with the Champagne Pop highlighter from Becca just to add even more of a glow to the face. I know that like this much highlighter isn't for everybody, but I love the glow. Like, I like to look like a freaking disco ball. It's what I like, so if you are definitely not into that, don't worry about it. Just like kind of put on as much or as little as you would like. I wanted to go for a dark vampy lip, so I just took this lip liner from MAC in the shade Bittersweet and lined my lips and then filled them in. Then for lipstick, I went in with my Revlon lipstick in the shade Raisin Rage and applied that all over my lips. And this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!